All right, I'm on hole number 7 of the East Coast Tournament. Let's go check out the images. Golf Clash Notebook is got most of them up. Now, I like to break these into segments. So we got the last 3 here. Difficult par 3, difficult par 4, difficult par 5, but if you hit the drive shot right, you have a serious chance for Albie. So these last 3 holes are no joke. You can come into here and have all of the best of intentions, but these last 3 holes can definitely eat your lunch. So I want to look at hole number 7. There are so many different ways that you can play this hole. You can do a pure rough bump. You can do a bump from here into the rough, bleeding onto the green and go at the cup. You can do a shot from here where you bounce it onto the fairway area right here, and then you bleed it around and get it to come to the cup. You can try a bigger shot and hit from here and try and get it to the cup, or do a rough bump where you do one bounce into the rough. You got a whole bunch of shots that you can do on this side. You can do a shot from over here where you're bringing it around. I like the shot up here in the front, and we have the right wind. Yeah, sorry about that. I got my pen on. So we have the wind here is going in this direction. It's not going, we've got some kind of a forward moving wind, I think. We've got a forward moving wind, so you can fight up against the red line. So with the Titan, my Guardian red line is right there, right there. And so I can just engage the green and set the shot up and take the wind out. I'm right at the point where when I take that wind out, I'm in the sand. And when you're dealing with sand, like here's your rings, like that's a perfect circle, and then you got a perfect circle, and then you got a perfect circle for your rings. But when you're in the sand, like let's say here's where the sand trap started, it's perfect, it's perfect, it's perfect. But over on this side, it stretches out, and then it stretches out. And so it gets distorted when it's in the sand. I never try and follow where it's distorted. I never try and follow. So like if this side was there and then this side was this oval shape where it's distorted, I never try and follow down here to the distorted to the edge of the ring. I try and envision in my mind's eye what it would look like if it was a perfect circle. And there's going to be some of this that's going to be outside of the circle. And I try and when I make my wind adjustments, make it to the point where I'm not outside the circle, because I don't like digging too far into sand. And that's how I do in any of those traps. So if you watch my wind adjustment, sometimes when I'm in a trap like that and you go, well, that wasn't the right wind adjustment. I didn't make the right wind adjustment. I didn't make the right, maybe I did. I don't know, but that's how I do those. But I try and avoid all these traps and try and hit up front. And I demoed in my practice account the shot with the Guardian with a Titan. But I had a lot of my teammates were asking about the rock, because this is a hole where you can use a rock. But if you got to have an upper developed rock, I think it has to be level 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that neighborhood where it gets its big backspin. So I'm going to take a Quasar because it's got some side spin. And I'm going to switch up this bag right here, and I'm going to take a Rocket. Rocket, yeah. And I may have to switch that to a Marlin, but I'd like to stay with a ball that has a little more side spin. And I'm going to hit this shot with a Rocket. And I haven't hit this shot in a long time, so I'm just going to go out there and shoot it. It's always funny, I keep getting the platinum chests while I'm playing Tour 3. All right, I go first. Big dog. I'm in my Rocket, and I'm right at minimum club. Or with a Rocket, you can go right at it. Minimum club here. This is a do a little. I'm going to do about 2 3/4 rings. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get that to go in the hole. I actually think I'm going to take the Rocket shot. I took the Guardian shot earlier, and you're right there at the red line. You don't have a lot of maneuverability, but the Guardian shot, I think I can, or that rocket shot, I can work it all the way up to the hole. I think what I'm going to do, as crazy as this may sound, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch that at least to a katana. So I've got that 3 side spin, and see what the 3 side spin will do for me. Because I'm right there. I could move my, if I did that, my minimum club would move forward just a little bit. So switch that up from a Guardian to a rocket and a katana. I think that's the way to. The deal is, I think that gives you an absolutely serious shot at hole in one, and all of the other shots that you take on this hole are kind of blind shots, where you're especially the one from the left, because you're having to do blind curl. You're just having to, you want to set that shot up. If you like the one on the left hand side, you always want to set that type of shot up so that you can use maximum curl every time. That way you're getting the curl's a consistent thing. So if you're off trajectory, it's because you're putting it in the wrong spot as far as ball setup. I like my odds of getting hole in one on that hole, but I think that there's a lot of people that are going to epic fail on that hole this week, and there is an easier way to do it with upper or lower developed clubs. If you have lower developed clubs, you can bring a Guardian there and engage up there with a Titan. All right. That was hole number 7 of the East Coast Tournament. Thanks for watching.